In five, four, three, two. What's good, y'all? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I am Mayday.
And I'm Tay Bay.
And somehow, some way, I'm J Bay. Because ain't no way, okay?
So welcome back to Listen, Hear Me Out.
Yeah.
So listen, hear me out. All right, we got a few things to talk about today. First, we want to highlight a new show called Workplace Comedy. It is on the KevOnStage Studios app. It is hilarious.
Very.
If you haven't seen it, get the app, watch it. If you don't have the app or you can't afford the app, someone you know should have the app. Watch it with them because it's giving The Office and Abbott Elementary, but it's even funnier if you actually know the characters. But
Like,
I suggest everyone watch it.
Here, hilarious.
Something that's not funny though is the alleged misappropriation of Black Lives Matter funds.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
How do you ladies feel about this Black Lives Matter house that they purchased, funds that were given to them?
So my I would question it. And is it like going to be kind of almost like a memorial? Could they use it as a memorial for everyone whose lives were taken, or did you just solely use this for your own home, Miss Girl? Because no, that's really ghetto and that's really ratchet. And no, because why would you think that's okay? But
Well, from my understanding, or what I've read, they said that they're using the house for I don't want to use this incorrectly or be incorrect, but Black refugees, I guess, or just Black people who don't have homes, I guess, or victims. I don't really, they didn't really specify, but it was a home for Black people. It still doesn't make any sense.
It's a $6 million home that they purchased. They used part of the $90 million that they got in donations in order to purchase the home.
Them niggas got $90 million.
It has $90 million in donations. $6 million of it went towards the home. The home is 6,500 square feet. It's pretty much a compound, and it has 7 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, a sound stage, a music studio, a pool, and parking for over 20 cars.
It's giving cult.
again, I can say that they were using this as a museum, a memorial. I mean, the idea of using it as a home, like a what is it called, a housing center, what is it called when you get out of jail and you go to something house. I know it, y'all know it,
Halfway house.
but that halfway house, like I can see if it's used
Halfway
in that
house.
sort of way. Um, for people who they're falling on hard times and they really really need the help and need somewhere to stay. I get that, but how would you do a 7 bedroom? Like, how would you do this
That's what
7 bedroom
I'm saying.
wise? Unless you
So
put in bunk beds in the bedrooms.
it's giving reality TV show. It's giving all of that. When if that was the case, for all that money, you could have went to buy you some acreage and built something. Help niggas learn how to build. I mean, there's so many other ways you could have did with 6 million of that 90 million. And where's the rest of the money at? Where'd that go? Anybody know?
So look, this is what they say. No, the founders are 2 Black women of the LGBTQ community. I'm sure they have a lot of people like on the board and stuff that are white, and they have people in position who are non-Black. But it was definitely started by Black women.
Okay, that's good to know.
They said they called the house the Creator's House, and it was purchased to provide a space for Black folks to share their gifts with the world and hone their craft they see fit under the conditions that work best for them, systems of oppression in creative industries.
Sounds nice, but
So it's giving Creator House, like off of Bel Air, when Hillary went to go stay at the. That's what it's giving.
It's giving like a TikTok house.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know those
Either
TikTok
way,
houses they have?
it's.
Yeah, that's what it's
I
giving.
don't know.
Still giving misappropriation of funds because
It's generating more.
how was that?
Pretty much.
You know, it's just they did say it's not. It's giving. We bought a home because we want a home for us to go and do whatever we want to do, but we got to justify buying this home with BLM funds because
very, very sketchy. It's very sketchy.
It's been sketchy though.
of course
It would have sounded a lot better had they
it's
used it as a
been
museum. I just
because
think it
my
should have been a
thing is
memorial. I mean, if they just had to have the house, just feel like they should at least should have said they could
even
go
if
with
they
the
wanted to do
memorial.
something
Make it
like
smart.
even if they wanted to have it to where that became like a place where they have certain meetings or certain events, or if there are certain families that they're working with and they need to be in town for whatever, have them stay there. Like certain things like that would justify per a $6 million compound.
That's what I'm saying. Regardless of what it's for, it's the 6 million smackaroos that you're using to fund whatever project y'all
I think the
have.
memorial idea would be.
Girl,
I think it would be. If you
$6 million.
if you think about it, like I don't know, y'all remember Trailer Truth's memorial that they brought out here, and it was like a traveling exhibit for Black Lives Matters, and you know, if you think
Mm-hmm.
about it, all those names could be memorialized in that home. Yeah, I think if they would have said something like that to make it a memorial, a vigil, something that could be in remembrance of the people that lives were taken from us, I think would be a lot better than them saying using it as
Creator House.
It's crazy to me. It's crazy because I don't. Okay.
Even if they went to make it a safe house or a museum, like
Exactly. See, museum.
there's so many better ideas.
Ding, 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 ding.
It's giving big sketch, and I want to know what's happening with the rest of the money.
That part.
Don't we all? Because whoever's in charge shouldn't be in charge anymore.
I concur.
Girl, fuck the U.S.
Just like the same people who were in charge of aiding the Ukraine instead of the U.S.
I'm gonna tell y'all if
It
nobody
baffles
else
me.
told y'all.
The same day.
Fuck Ukraine.
I'm just very curious as to why. Like,
It's the smile.
why they feel like that's normal to appropriate funds for someone that's not. I mean, we do have a significant like alliance with them, but they're not.
Alliance.
Like they're not.
Hey, we're dying in this country as fucked up town, and for you to tell me, oh, let me snatch this up real quick, because I know you need it. We're gonna go help these niggas over here. Who can give a
I don't
shit?
understand that. Like I don't get it. Like I don't. And what I guess it would make sense to someone who is Caucasian, who doesn't understand the struggle. And I'm not saying all Caucasians don't understand struggle. I ain't saying that. But someone who is Caucasian and don't have to struggle. as far as government funding and stuff like that, or and I'm not saying all Black people have that lifestyle either, but I just very curious as to what goes on in y'all president's head. Very curious.
I think that we all have different brain cells, and I think white people have different brain cells.
Even though I know that it's not true, I really do. I get it though. I get it because I'd be like, girl, what the hell?
They got on social media and said, please, Black people, don't come here. Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to discriminate against you for even trying to come help. So why would you, and it's not a sense of why. Why? Because why people gonna do what they want to do regardless. And if they want to go help some motherfuckers who, it just is what it is. I mean, it's blatant disrespect, a slap in the face, per usual. So is it really surprising? No. Is it disappointing? Yes. Can we do anything about it? No.
But that's who they're going over there to adopt too. They're going over there to adopt these kids, bro. Like,
I saw that too.
That doesn't make sense to me, only because there are so many children in the U.S. who are hungry, who are dying, who done ran away, who are being sexually abused, trafficked, all this stuff just to survive.
Girl.
You can go to the Ukraine to get some kids.
Girl, I would talk about
trafficking. You cannot believe that the United States is a third world country. That's you. It could never be that. It could never have those type of issues. So we have to reach out our hand and be good Christian, be in everybody's business but our own. Because that's how you get to heaven.
That is that. Being in everybody's business but your own.
Because America is the land of the free. Free at last, free at last. Sorry, Martin.
How?
Shake this.
How do you have your people sit in a pandemic? Oh Lord.
Pandemonium.
A pandemonium.
You got your people in a pandemic for 2+ years. You gave out maybe $3,500 to your people, and not even everybody. But you gonna send billions of dollars to the Ukraine?
Girl, to Ukraine.
What?
I ain't never even heard about Ukraine until this year.
Now, I've heard about the Ukraine, but it's been in TV shows. It's always somebody from the Ukraine who does like some special dance or something. It's been on TV. But Lord have mercy. That don't have nothing to do with you. It's Ukraine and Russia fighting. The U.S. always got to stick their nose in somebody else's business. But always want to talk about how long ago slavery was and we need to get over it and X, Y, and Z. Y'all are still benefiting off of slavery in the U.S. Don't want to talk about that. And that's why y'all in everybody else's business. Trying to hide and deflect from what's really going on. No, you need to take the billions of dollars that y'all spend on war, the billions of dollars that you be giving away to these other countries, and fix what you got going on in your own country. Then you can give away to somebody else.
What Ukraine do to Russia anyway? Let's talk about that.
I don't think it was if somebody did something. I think it was just a funky ass, fucked up ass president.
I know.
Because he. Now that's Trump's bitch. So.
Tap that ass. I wonder, do people know that? Like once, like hear me out. Like I get it. You want to YOLO. You know what I'm saying? You want YOLO. You know what I'm saying? You want to do what you want to do. But like, do you know, like when you die, like none of that's gonna matter, right? I would just be wondering, like, niggas be so money hungry and power hungry, but you gonna die, and none of that's gonna make a difference. Like, you're just gonna be in hell. Like, I don't know, or maybe am I going?
And what do you have to pay for? Your sins.
Am I going too deep?
No, you're not. Because
I
you're
was
gonna have
like,
to pay for the decisions that they made to help other people instead of their own. That's what you're gonna have to pay for.
that's crazy.
God's gonna be like, you were in everyone else's business, running away from your truth. That's what you did. It's cute that you want to help people, but you ain't even helping the people that matter the most to you, the people who are closest to you. That's not doing something out of the kindness of your heart or doing something because it's right.
Of course not.
You're helping Ukrainians because you want something from the Ukrainians. And of course they're gonna take it because they over there dying in that country ass fucked up town.
And then go girl, and then with the got the nerve to like literally have all the motherfucking black people out there and try to keep them there. Why would I help you? Why? What would me helping you do for me? And that's not even on no real shit. That's just on some real shit. Like, I could help you right now and you could kill me the next second. Why would I do that? What's that name? Sweet Pea?
I never understood any black person in America going to serve for black people. For you're going to serve for the U.S. Why? You're black, babes. Why would you do that?
They want you to do
Why
that.
would you go fight for a country who will never fight for you?
Knock you off immediately. What are you talking about?
Stories about like soldiers going to fight for the U.S. and then coming back and being treated like shit. Why would you do that, babes? You niggas volunteer sometimes. Like, you niggas really go out and volunteer
some money, bitch, for $5,000
to play with your life.
For $5,000 and some benefit.
And a car.
And a car, bitch. Not half time niggas don't even get the car.
Hey.
Half the time the car don't even be available to these niggas. Niggas still be on the bus walking.
It's given you don't value your life.
Shameful.
You don't value your life. You can't.
Look at Taylor. Wait, Taylor, what you gotta say, baby?
Oh, little Tink Tink.
I've never understood it, but I never knew. Like, no, I didn't have close family members that went off until, my neighbor or I call him my big brother, until he went off. So it kind of just didn't, it didn't, because when Mike went off, I was just like, okay. I mean, it wasn't big for me. Like, I didn't understand it because I didn't know anything. But it wasn't until maybe right after, like right before he was coming home, when Mike was supposed to come home, I was just like, this nigga really left to go fight for a country that could give a rat's ass about his black ass.
Pretty much.
And me playing devil's advocate, I wanted to hear both sides, and I wanted to try to understand both sides. And it's basically, it's the money. It's the money that they make, because they make hella money, or like they have. They get bomb ass benefits. Bomb ass benefits. Like this dude when I met in college, he was never understood why he was so old. He was like 40 something, and I was like, why are you like, what made you come back to school? He said, no, I just never went. I was in the Army. He had retired at he was retired at 30 something, going to school for free. He got a house, able to get married. Like, he really living a posh lifestyle. But so I see that, I see that's why that's calling, our young men to go. But it's just the psychological trauma alone isn't worth that. But
nah,
they don't see it. So
my great uncle, he ain't never been the same. My great uncle went to go fight, and he came back. He's never been the same. That's a grown man who's been living with his mother for decades, because He's never been the same mentally. The trauma, first of all, you already have trauma as a Black person in America. You have no business fighting for your oppressors. No business. You're literally human shields because they're going to throw you out there because they don't care about you. Save yourself, babes. Don't sign up. I understand sometimes y'all be getting deployed and they force you to go out, but don't volunteer for no shit like that. Like, it's way better for you.
$50,000 tomorrow.
Do not. Don't give your life up because of no benefits, because of no money or card. It's not worth it.
It's the $50,000 sign
They're
on
gonna
bonus.
fuck your head up, and that's a fact.
My pastor, he when he was I don't know if he was in the army or whatever branch he was in. He doesn't like he doesn't push for young men to go. He's not like saying, "Hey, go to the army when you get out of school. Go to the army." But he's always been like, it's kind of the best for him. His story is it's the best thing that ever happened to him as far as what he could have been, as far like how he was living before he went off. I guess he was living recklessly and just doing shit. And I think when you hear his story, it still wouldn't make me want to go, but it does. I understand him going because he said it taught him discipline, something that he needed, structure and stuff that he needed in his life. I was like, I get that. I get that if you don't have that in your home environment, if it's not something that's in your home, then it's hard to kind of get it outside of that, other than somewhere that is going to be straight lined, nothing deviant or whatever like that. But like I said, I be trying to play devil's advocate and hear both sides. I really do. I just have yet to kind of grasp it.
I don't know. To each his own. I know my papa came back and what I know, he came back a totally different person, putting his hands on people and being all crazy, getting drunk and stuff. So there's that side. And then, like you said, it's people I've heard, they go to the National Guard, they go to the Army, and they say it's the best decision they ever made. They was on some cluck shit before, and now it's like they're a whole new person. The discipline and just the I guess the incentives that they didn't see before, opportunities they didn't see before, it mold them into a better person. Sure, like I said, to each his own. Everybody's different. But like you said, Nate, why would I fight for my oppressors? That makes no sense at all. You already go through stuff living in America, regardless of your skin color, honestly, because America's shit. But then you take a Black man, Black woman who has so much on top of just being in America, and you put yourself in that situation for what? Like, it's just, I don't know. To me, it's stupid. Like, money ain't all that in the bag of Doritos. I enjoy having some coin, you know what I'm saying? And the goal is to be not ever worry about another coin, but not like that. Not like that.
That's not worth it for me personally. My mental health will always trump a check. It's not enough for me personally. If that's enough for you, then you're your own person. You live your own life. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that you have to experience and go through yourself. Can't nobody tell you whether to do it or not to do it, because the decision is yours at the end of the day. So I would say, if you are going to go out there and fight for your oppressors, don't forget that that's who they are.
That's nice.
Don't forget the reason that you're there.
Don't do that.
And if you go, if you were smart enough, go for the Air Force, please.
And if you go, Shoot me a DM. I need about $5,000 right now, guys. You can send it to a PO box. Player, baller, shot caller. Cause I know you got it.
Yeah, get into the least dangerous positions, like desk positions, or if you want to cook or whatever the case may be. But
I'll go out there and cook for them niggas.
whew,
Yeah.
going
You
out
go out and be
there,
a doctor.
yeah,
Like
yep.
like I know
Now you'll still be out there, but
one time they came to our school and it was just for the I can't remember the the school it was, but it was basically like you go, you have to, of course, you have to do like the army, you have to pass the army PT test. Like you have to have certain weight, certain no medical problems, any of that, all that nature. But it's like you go, you do your classes, you get your degree. You can either go for your doctorates and any all of that. You serve, I think, is it 4 years? I think it was maybe 4 years. 4 years in the service in the army, whatever branch, and everything's paid for. Everything's paid for. And I remember me considering that because I was like, I could go and be, and I mean, not all positions are, um, somewhere that, and real talk, honestly, the only time when you have to go off if you're deployed somewhere and actually fight somewhere is when you're if like when like now if what's this man name Biden if Biden was to send troops off to Ukraine to help fight, then that's when shit get real. That's when shit get real. And I think the most if not if you are blessed to be in the army without a war, I think the most enduring part I want to say is the your time learning um basically learning how to shoot, learning how to do all these different things. I think that's the most gruesome part. Uh, but yeah,
You telling me that the shooting is the most gruesome part?
I'm well. I'm talking about when they're learning because you're not the only time they're not if there's no war then and they're not deployed somewhere, they're not really out there killing people for real.
I mean, even despite the killing, it's like they put them under mental training that's not healthy for anyone.
I mean, that's what I'm saying is I say gruesome, not mentally. That's mentally like nothing. Not mentally. Verbally abusive or verbally and mentally abusive. I mean, physical training is what I mean. But
you know what I heard, girl? That half the niggas in the army that be dying, they die from friendly fire, y'all. It don't even be other people. They be offing their own niggas. That's why niggas really be fucked up because they don't be able to see or some shit. I heard somebody say they don't be able to see, and so they shoot their own people. Some crazy shit.
y'all stay safe, though, my black people.
Big fat, big fat.
Yeah.
I think Black History fact for us today. So, a lot of y'all know of what's its name? Dr. Ben Carson. A lot of people know him because he was what was he? Why was he famous? He was a neurosurgeon. I think he was a neurosurgeon. But I wanted to shine light on Dr. Rebecca Lee Crumpler. She was the first Black woman to become a doctor of medicine in the United States in 1864. We love women's rights, but we love Black women's rights more. So Women History Month just passed, and we kind of should have brought her up in March. But Rebecca Lee Crumpler was the first Black woman to have a Doctor of Medicine. So a DR, not a PhD. I'm sorry, not a DR, a MD. I'm sorry, a MD, not a PhD, behind her name in 1864.
Thanks to her, we have beautiful Black women in healthcare who we can count on when it is our time to go to the doctor, when it is our time to go ahead and have some Black children. We can count on other Black women to make sure that we're getting the proper health care we need.
That is
And
so
that is so
true. That
beautiful.
is so true, and I think that
Facts.
we should talk more about Black people in healthcare because I think it's so important for us to, as a culture, to have someone in the office that looks like us, that's someone I could relate to. Because y'all, it's hard for me to find a Black dermatologist, y'all. A Black dermatologist, it is so hard to find. Um, because I need somebody to tell
I
me
got one
what's
for
wrong
you,
with
but she
my
fall.
skin. And my thing is, if you Caucasian, you gonna give me a shampoo that's gonna tell me to wash my hair every other day. I can't wash this every other day, so I'm gonna need something else. What else can we do?
Mm.
Um, Another thing is having Black OB-GYNs, having Black gynecologists, period. But a Black OB-GYN, y'all, like I could have cried when I met my gynecologist and she was Black. She made me feel so comfortable in the room. There was no, like, I didn't feel. I feel like I felt comfortable enough to truly relax when they say just relax. Like 10 out of 10. Got all my stars on Yelp. We love her. And my Black primary care doctor, love her too. And she doesn't mind. Like, I always ask my doctor since I've gotten older about, what was it in school that they liked, especially because I wanted to be a doctor so bad when I was younger. That was something that I was dead set that I was going to go to medical school. I was going to be an OB-GYN. Um, yeah, not now. Medical school's not for me, but hey, it might be for you. So try it out.
I'd like to give a shout out to what's her name? I think her name Brittany. I don't know her last name. It's so unfortunate. But Baylor Teen Health Clinic, okay? The Tejano location, okay? Real nigga, all right? I know I'm probably not saying this in the most professional way, but Miss Brittany has always made me feel comfortable going up there. It's very personable, and I feel like that's so necessary in every fucking, what do you call it, department. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about it. The Hispanic lady that was the doctor originally, girl, she raped me with that damn thing. What's the thing called? Y'all know what it is. The one that you crank up.
The
That bitch, she did not want to let. She like,
Let's speculate.
it's
with
cold.
a S.
It's cold in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not wet. You know, usually she on super soaker, but right now I'm worried about something. You know what I'm saying? And she just relax. Just relax. I can't relax. Hello? That was so uncomfortable. And I was, never again. But here come Dr. Brittany, okay, coming in, you know what I'm saying, and making a nigga feel comfortable. Like, I feel like I wouldn't, but I feel like I can call on the phone, like, hey, you know, and I feel like that's necessary everywhere because don't nobody take you serious. Because nobody knows who you are, if that makes any sense. That's not what they don't. Hold on. The others, they don't know about us. They don't know how we work, how we tick. You know what I'm saying? Only we know how we tick. So certain things that we may, need a little more attention on that others aren't willing to give. And I feel like that's why we're so important in the healthcare field. It's not meant for me, but to someone out there who cares about saving lives, a Black woman, do it, girl. I'm rooting for you.
We are all rooting for you.
Black men too. Y'all can be up in the healthcare. I don't want y'all to think y'all just excluded. Please, we need you
Listen,
too.
Black men, go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. I don't know how it's so appalling to have to tell men to go to the doctor. And it's really near and dear to my heart because it's crazy. My cousin had a UTI. He had a UTI and didn't know it, and it killed him. It killed him. And that was so hard for me because I get UTIs a lot. But again, with women are different. Women's reproductive systems are very different. Their urinary systems are extremely different. So you definitely can feel when you have a UTI. But my cousin did not feel this UTI. He didn't know he had his UTI. And crazy story, the day of my graduation party, he was supposed to be there, but he was sick. He was so sick. And later on that night, he passed. And that hurt me so much. To this day, like I would tell any like my younger siblings, like or like anybody, like, don't just go for STD checkup. Go to the doctor. Go get your physical. Go. You don't go to the doctor before you get 40 for a colonoscopy. Okay. You need to go now regularly, at least once or twice a year, because it's crazy. It's not okay.
And y'all women need to go see Dr. Oriah so she can check your titties. Woo, y'all know, but for real though, because that shit's scary as hell. I always thinking, I'll be asking other people to check my titties because I don't know what lumps feel like. I feel like that's very important to know how to check yourself and things of that nature. Because you don't know.
Check.
You don't know what running your family. And what ain't it like past 20, 22, you can develop lumps?
I don't know the age. I know
that I actually have one.
You got a lump?
Wow, that's wild.
Girl, I can
hear you. I have one. I think it's benign. But I definitely need to go get it checked out because I've had it for some years now. I've had it before the pandemic. And I didn't have any insurance or anything, which is why I haven't gone to the doctor, and I also don't have any transportation. But since you told me about where you go, I'm gonna make it a statement.
Mammograms are free because literally everywhere. Let me put y'all on game. How my mama, y'all. Did y'all know that if you had any inkling of government insurance or your health insurance or anything, your physicals are free, your mammograms are free, your women exams are totally free. They're supposed to be free. If your doctor charges you for those things, know that. Yeah, a lot of people don't know these things, and I think we do a disservice to our community by not teaching our kids these things and not teaching our teenagers these things, because a lot of people don't know. And the only reason why I know is because Valencia is my mom, and you just gotta know Valencia to understand that shit.
But Taylor, you gotta understand, like, literally what you're saying is news to a lot of people, and it's news to grown people as well. It's not advertised because it's not important to us, or I'm not gonna say it's not important to us, but it's not important for us to know for other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, it's kind of like, what am I trying to say here? Y'all get where I'm going. It's just, look, I doubt that my family know what the fuck you just said. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of impossible for somebody to share that information with us if it's not broadcasted, or if it's not. And like you're right, we do a disservice, but it's more so like all in all, everybody. It ain't just to your kids; it's everybody. Because nigga, I did not know that.
Obviously, it's everybody. We do a disservice to our community, because we don't know about it, and then two, there's no way, what we don't know, we can't teach. So I think we should make an episode strictly yield to women healthcare.
Yeah, because even when even when I did go to the doctor, I did tell my doctor about the lump, and he referred me to another clinic. And then I wasn't able to get in at the clinic because I needed a certain type of insurance and X, Y, and Z. And then the pandemic happened, and I was just like, okay, there's a lot going on. But it's now 2022, and I definitely need to go get that checked out. So thank you for letting me know that it's
Most
for the
definitely.
free, because
And you could definitely find women's clinics. They definitely do them. If you find a women's clinic, you can, especially during October, because you try to get in for
Dr.
your
Brittany,
mammograms. Definitely
Dr.
get it.
Brittany, you don't need to do all that. Just go to the Hano and be like, hey,
just going to Dr.
go to knock on the door, Dr. Brittany, and then she gonna say, take your shirt off, baby. That's what she gonna say, and she's gonna, I know my hands cold, but just bear with me. And she just be feeling on my titties, and I'll be like, I'm good, doc. She be like, yeah.
Now they're gonna have to put me in a machine because she gonna feel the lump.
Oh, they ain't got no machine. She gonna take you somewhere.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
she
my
needs a
doctor
mammogram.
felt the lump. I need a mammogram because he referred me to a clinic to get the mammogram, but
I don't know nothing about that. Sorry.
it was a lot.
I was about to
But
end.
yeah, I gotta do that. So
Thanks for
let's
listening
wrap
to this
this up.
episode, y'all.
Thanks
It was
for
so much
listening
fun. Yet again.
and watching.
Fraud niggas, y'all niggas, that's that shit I don't like.